All right, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Second Harvest Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome all of you to the 2024 Second Harvest Annual General Meeting. My name is Karen White Boswell, and it has been my honor to serve as chair of the Board of Directors for the past year. And what a year 2024 has been. It's incredible to see how far we've come, and I'm delighted to showcase some of the amazing accomplishments and impact we've made together. This past year has been all about growth, determination, and community. Through tireless dedication and unwavering commitment, Second Harvest, with the support of countless partners, surpassed all the goals we set for ourselves in our 3-year strategic plan. We rescued more food than ever before, allowing us to divert significant amounts of greenhouse gases from entering our environment. And by doing this, we improved access to nutritious food for millions of Canadians from coast to coast to coast. And I want to thank the amazing team here at Second Harvest and all of our supporters and partners for ensuring we were able to expand our reach in urban, rural, and northern communities. We could not have done it without you, but we know there is so much more work to be done. There are at least 8.7 million people in Canada alone that struggle to put food on the table every single day. That's not acceptable. As a country, we need to do better. A lack of affordability, persistent inflation, the housing crisis, and Canada's rapidly changing climate have made food rescue more important than ever. As millions of Canadians turn to food charities for the first time in their lives. At the same time, Canada's climate continues to warm at a rate twice the global average, and we know that affordable food waste is a major culprit in perpetuating this cycle. A changing climate not only affects agriculture, but it also affects people, livelihoods, the supply chain, efficiency, and it leads to increased severe catastrophic climate events. The average Canadian household is experiencing 1.6% inflation on a year-over-year basis. Many important food categories like fresh produce, protein, continue to experience sustained increases in prices. Last year, it was anticipated that a family of 4 would need to spend an additional $701.79 for food. For families living from paycheck to paycheck, this is an overwhelming pressure. At the same time, the charitable sector, tasked with providing support to Canadians living precariously and facing food insecurity, is operating past its capacity. To meet the need, these hard-working organizations, such as Second Harvest, have had to increase the number of programs they offer, operate more days of the week, and many of them continue to add people to their wait lists. Visits to food charity in Canada are at all-time heights. I'm very proud of the work that's been done by Second Harvest to address these issues and to have a positive impact on millions of Canadians, the nonprofits that support them, and the planet. Together, we are making a significant difference. And now I'd like to introduce Lori Nicol, our phenomenal Second Harvest CEO, to share some of the important impacts we are making together. Please join me in welcoming Lori to the stage this evening.
Hey, Satish, welcome. It has been another truly remarkable year, and only possible with the tireless commitment of you, an extraordinary team, led by an exceptional board of directors. Hey, Harry, nice to see you. Supported by countless volunteers, in-kind, food, and financial donors, all with the same vision of a no waste and no hunger. Welcome everyone to our 2024 Annual General Meeting. Bonsoir et bienvenue à l'Assemblée Générale Annuelle de Deuxième Récolte. Je vais continuer en anglais. I am humbled and privileged to lead such an exceptionally talented team, whose passion, whose commitment ensures great healthy food ends up on plates instead of landfill inspires me every day. As Karen mentioned, we've had another incredible year at Second Harvest. All of the goals we set for ourselves in our ambitious 3-year strategic plan have been surpassed 1 year ahead of schedule. And here are some of the lofty goals we set for ourselves: to rescue and redistribute 72 million pounds of food, expand our food support to include 5,000 nonprofits and charities, engage 5,500 individuals each year through our training and education programs, expand our our volunteer program nationally. We also set a goal to work towards reducing our own environmental footprint by electrifying our fleet and more accurately calculating our environmental impact through evaluating Second Harvest Scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions. We committed to producing new research and set a goal to inspire and educate Canadians about the role food loss and waste plays in the climate crisis, and to advocate for public policy change to align with Canada's UN commitment of halving food waste by 2030, as well as prioritizing organizational EDI. And as a result of the generosity of our supporters and our exceptional staff and volunteer teams, in 2024, we rescued 87.1 million pounds of food and got it to people who need it most. Yay, all of you. Yay. That exceeded our goal of 72 million pounds by over 20%, a year ahead of schedule. And the mind-boggling piece of this is the value of this food is $363 million. Money that we know our nonprofit network does not have to buy food. And this was only possible because of the support of more than 8,800 food donors from across the supply chain and across the country who provided great, healthy, perishable food from farms, fisheries, manufacturers, processors, grocery stores, restaurants, and everywhere in between. And that was over 1,300 more amazing donors last year alone. 86% of the food we rescued was perishable, and 64% sat in the categories of dairy, protein, and produce. All of this great food allowed us to support over 5,000 amazing frontline organizations, food banks, shelters, senior centers, schools, and thousands of others. The rescued food was used to support more than 12,400 food programs in these organizations. And helping these organizations serve an average of 245,000 meals each day. Through Second Harvest, the frontline organizations we support were able to provide nutritious food to 6.5 million Canadians. 6.5 million people. Thank you. That's amazing. It's 1.6 million more than last year, and it's a really sad testament of our time, quite frankly. And while nothing to celebrate, I think we can all feel good knowing we are making a true impact. We also continue to expand our reach in northern Canada, including coordinating 4 sea lifts, delivering 160,000 pounds of healthy surplus food to 13 communities in Nunavut and the Northwest Territories. We became one of the 6 signatories on the Witch-a-Way-Magon partnership, working to bring food to 43 isolated northern communities. Yay. And we didn't stop there. Our training and education program reached over 13,000 people, an increase of more than 6,000 individuals year over year. That surpassed our goal by 149%. Providing training and education on really important things like food literacy, food waste reduction, and most importantly, safe food handler certification, which is so important it's required by our charities and yet so expensive to access. Second Harvest is also supported by an amazing group of volunteers. Through corporate food sorts, truck pull, and many other events across Canada, 4,100 volunteers donated their time to support our work. And in addition to supporting people with the healthy food they need, the positive impact on reducing and preventing food waste on the environment cannot be overstated. Last year, by diverting 87 million pounds of food, we diverted 288 million pounds of greenhouse gases. Now, what does that mean? It's essentially like taking 40,000 cars off the road for a year. Like, that's exceptional. Well done. Well done. And it's not just the GHGs, it's the water. There's so many other things that go into it. It was enough water to fill, and I don't even know how you would imagine this, but 23,720 Olympic-sized swimming pools. That's incredible. And I can confidently give you these numbers as a result of our internal greenhouse gas and water diversion calculators that were developed a full 2 years ahead of schedule. So these tools, as we all know, are so important. They're important to us, they're important to our partners to accurately track and measure the environmental impact food waste, food rescue, and redistribution have. Beyond food rescue, we continue to focus on producing critical research. This fiscal, we served 1,400 nonprofits to better understand the expected demand for their services in 2024. And what we found, again, not surprising, nonprofits continue to see exponential demand of their services, anticipating an 18% increase this year, with more than 1/3 of food charities in Canada forced to turn people away. Now that's a new stat that we hadn't heard. 1/3 of charities are forced to turn people away. It's not sustainable. Our food support systems are buckling under the pressure. We also spent a great deal of last year researching and updating the 2019 Avoidable Crisis of Food Waste Report, just to figure out what happened in the last 5 years. And this important research has a potential to create significant changes on how food waste is managed right across the supply chain. You probably saw a lot of media a couple weeks ago. It's exciting. We'll talk a lot about it next year, because it was this fiscal. As we grow, so too does our platform to inspire positive change in Canada. In the last 12 months, we ran the WasteWise campaign on social media, inspiring people to make more conscious decisions around food waste, food storage, and food preservation. Through participation in events and trade shows across Canada, including the Calgary Stampede, the Royal Agricultural Fair, CPMA, OFBGA, OPMA, Dylan, put your hand up. Dylan can explain those acronyms to you later, among many, many others. We have deepened our national reach and raised a great deal of awareness about food rescue, as well as the ridiculousness of best before dates. In 2024, our Harvest Kitchens program supported 62 nonprofits with over 327 healthy meals made entirely from nutritious surplus food. This summer, our Feeding Our Future program provided over 36 nourishing lunches to almost 1,500 children and youth in summer camps across the city of Toronto. And that was only possible thanks to almost 300 volunteers who spent 1,100 hours packing these kits for distribution, often very, very early in the morning. And to recognize the remarkable efforts of individuals, businesses, and organizations committed to addressing food waste reduction and hunger relief in Canada, we held the second annual Food Rescue Awards. It was hosted by the incomparable Michelle Dubé, co-anchor of CTV News Toronto. With 14 award categories, this year's ceremony showcased a diverse array of supporters and highlighted the incredible work of industry and nonprofits right across this country. And as Second Harvest continues to grow, so too does our public profile and media presence. In 2024, we had over 4,000 media mentions across broadcast, print, online, and radio, led by our coverage of Hungry for Change. ZGM Modern Marketing also developed an awareness campaign called Wasted Harvest that spanned broadcast, social, print, and out-of-home advertisements. This spot reached 9 million Canadians. Please enjoy. So powerful, eh? Like, that's so good. I mean, it's so bad, but so good. And no food was wasted during the making of this video, so it felt good. And today, our work goes far beyond the Canadian borders. As co-chair of the Food Waste Mirror Committee for the Standards Council of Canada, we contribute our expertise to ISO, and are helping to shape and co-create policies and practices that tackle food waste internationally. Last year, we shared our food rescue best practices and knowledge with Ireland, Japan, South Africa, England, Scotland, and many others. And next week, Food Rescue Israel is stopping by to learn. Second Harvest is making incredible impacts externally, and this is only possible because of our amazing team and the importance Second Harvest places on our team having a great experience. And based on their feedback, which informs our people's operations strategy and plans, I'm thrilled to say that in 2024, we've continued to maintain a very strong engagement index of 84%, with 90% of our staff sharing they believe Second Harvest is a great place to work. Last year, we also developed a comprehensive equity, diversity, and inclusion strategy, thanks to the feedback from our staff and expert input from our EDI committee. And these are just a few of the highlights of the year. Honestly, I could be standing here for days and days and days with the many ways, through the support of our partners and the team Second Harvest has, been able to affect change right across this country. So, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank everyone for supporting us in this important work. I know, you all know, I am so honored, like so thrilled to be CEO of Second Harvest. I am so lucky every day. So I will now hand it back over to Karen for the formal business. I gotta stop doing that, formal business of today's AGM.
So before we get too formal, I want us to really show appreciation for this tremendous woman and her leadership and the phenomenal team here. So if we could just give a round of applause. Okay, so now I'm going to get back to official. Thank you, Lori. As chair of the Second Harvest Board of Directors, I would like to officially call this meeting to order. Notice of this meeting was duly sent out October 7, 2024, in accordance with bylaws, and given that a quorum of members is present, I declare this meeting to duly be constituted for the transaction of business. The minutes from the annual general meeting held on November 9th, 2023 have been circulated and are available to the members. Are there any corrections or additions to be made to these minutes? Hearing now none, I would like to now ask for a motion to approve the minutes. Satish, thank you. Do I have a second, please? Thank you, Tamara. So Satish moves and Tamara seconds the motion to approve the minutes. All in favor? All opposed? I declare the motion to be carried. I would also like to announce that the financial statements have been approved by the Board of Directors and are available for viewing online at secondharvest.ca. I'll now turn it over to Zishan, Chief Financial Officer and Operating Officer, to present the financial report.
Thank you, Karen. Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege to present the financial highlights from our fiscal year ending August 31st, 2024. So reflecting on the last year, 2024 stands out as a period marked by strategic achievements and strong financial performance, underscoring our commitment to operational excellence and sustainable growth. So let's dive into the numbers and accomplishments that have set us up for this continued success. So as Lodi mentioned earlier, like last year, we rescued close to 360 million worth of food overall, which is 35% more compared to last year. On non-cash, food donations grew by 22% as well, which is a testament to our enduring trust and support from our donor community, which fuels our mission. Through stringent cost management, we also achieve a surplus, which is close to 0.8 million. So this will be reinvested in our food rescue operations in next year. We operate with a highly efficient model, and in 2024, we spent only 20 cents in raising a pound of food, which is incredible. And at the year end, we held $7 million in unrestricted cash and $14.8 million in net assets, positioning us with a solid financial foundation to continue our work to enhance our impact. The value of food donations is closely linked with the categories that we rescue every year. So over the last 5 years, we maintain a robust compound annual growth rate of a little over 49%, reflecting sustained and impactful growth. In 2024, our food rescue efforts included over 153 million in produce, followed closely by baked goods and proteins. Okay. Second Harvest is fortunate to benefit from a dedicated pool of volunteers who provide invaluable support year-round. Their contributions amplify our impact, and we are grateful for their commitment to our mission. In 2024, we successfully recruited over 3,500 new volunteers, which is almost double compared to last year. And through coordinated efforts, we facilitated more than 6,400 volunteer placements, ensuring that our programs are well supported and our reach continues to grow. So this year, our volunteers dedicated a little over 15,600 hours. So when you convert that into monetary values, that's close to 392,000. So this marks impressive 50% increase compared to previous year, highlighting the growing engagement and commitment of our volunteer community. With our expanded capacity for volunteer involvement, we anticipate continued growth in this area, further enhancing our ability to support our mission effectively in the years ahead. Finally, our goal is to have as much impact as possible. If you look at our financial statements, so almost every dollar that we raise, 93% of that goes directly into the community through our operations, through our programs. So, which means like Second Harvest has developed a very effective model over the years. So that's all. In closing, I would like to express my appreciation for the staff, the board of directors, and especially the audit and finance committee who helped us throughout the year. And I'm looking forward to another successful year. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Zeeshan. Phenomenal leadership. The next item of business is the appointment of the auditors. I would like to move that the chartered accounting firm of Hogg, Shane, and Sheck, P.C. be appointed as auditors for Second Harvest for the first fiscal year ending August 31st, 2025. Do I have a proposer? Thank you, Jeff. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Satish. Is there any discussion on the motion? All those in favor? Opposed, if any? I declare the motion for approval be carried. Thank you. Now I turn it over to Jeff Hausworth, Chair of the Governance and Nominations Committee. Jeff?
Now for the exciting part of the meeting. Glad to be here. To begin this section, I would like to nominate our 2025 board members. And they are, and if I apologize if I get the surnames not entirely correctly, I will come and say sorry later. So the slate is Karen White Boswell, Harry Dillon, Catherine McMillan, Satish Rhea, was that right? Close enough? Tamara Ramsey, I know that's pretty good. Richard Talbot, Greg Lauren, Ray Chea, Janice Lamb, and Kevin Groh, and myself, Jeff Hausworth. Are there any further nominations? Okay. Given that there are no further nominations, I'd like to declare the nominations process is now closed. Do I have a proposer? Richard, thank you. Do I have a seconder? Janice, thank you very much. All in favor? Any opposed, if any? I declare the motion to be carried. I further direct the Secretary to cast a single ballot in the election of the persons nominated to hold office as director until the next meeting, at which directors are elected until otherwise replaced. With no further business, I would ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting. Do I have a proposer? Tamara, thank you very much. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Richard. Now that we've finished that process, I would like to adjourn the AGM on behalf of Second Harvest on November the 7th at 6:27. Thank you very much, and I think, Karen, you're up again. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Before I officially close, I want to just say how much of an honor it is to be a part of the Second Harvest Board. The work that we do as an organization is just beyond fulfilling. I mean, if you think about things that you want to get up in the morning and be a part of, this is one of those things. So, you know, we can all be very proud of what we've accomplished in the final year of our 3-year strategic plan, and I look forward to what the future holds in fiscal 2025 and beyond. And before we wrap up, I'd like to take this opportunity to once again say thank you to all of our incredible supporters, our donors, partners, sponsors, and funders, and of course, the phenomenal Second Harvest team. Thank you. You know, thank you all for supporting people in Canada and sharing our vision of no waste, no hunger, to fight food insecurity, food waste, and climate change. Without you by our side, none of this would be possible, and many Canadians would have a significantly different outlook on life. Thank you also to our staff, board of directors, phenomenal bunch of board of director members, and everyone here tonight. We appreciate you and are so glad to be together on this journey. No waste, no hunger. Good night.